Good morning, students. This is Alpha Metric High Secondary School, welcoming you all to the 11th Standard Commerce class. And today we are going to see Chapter 4, Sole Proprietorship. Learning objectives: to know the forms of business organization and to know the meaning of a sole trader, characteristics of a sole trader, advantages and disadvantages of a sole trader. Introduction. A business organization is an organization which is engaged in some industrial or commercial activity. It may be owned and controlled by a single individual or by a group of individuals who have entered into a formal or informal agreement to jointly conduct the business. So, any organization which carries on any kind of business activity, and it may be owned and controlled by a single person or by a group of individuals, and every business has got its own identity and separate ownership, and this business undertakings can be distinguished from other on the basis of ownership, management and control. Business undertaking. The definition given by Wheeler. According to Wheeler, a business undertaking is a concern, company, or enterprise which buys and sells, is owned by one person or a group of persons, and is managed under a specific set of operating policies. So, what Wheeler says, business undertaking is a concern, it's a company or enterprise where buying and selling takes place, and it is owned by one person or it may be owned by a group of persons, and it is managed by a set of policies. Forms of business organization. So the business organization is divided into two: non-corporate enterprises and corporate enterprises. Non-corporate enterprise, for example, sole trading concern, partnership firms, joint Hindu family business. So here the ownership and management are one and the same. It comes under one. And in corporate enterprise, you can give example. For example, government enterprise, private, cooperative. And government, it may be a public undertaking or public utilities. And next, private, it is joint stock companies. Sole proprietorship. Sole means single, individual. Sole proprietorship means a single person who owns, manages, and controls the business activities. Sole trading business. Sole proprietorship is a form of business organization in which an individual introduces his own capital, uses his own skill and intelligence in the management of its affairs, and is solely responsible for the results of its operations. It is the first stage in the evolution of forms of organization and the oldest among them. And it is also known as individual entrepreneurship. So, sole proprietorship, it is run by an individual, and he uses his own capital and uses his own skill, intelligence for the management of the business activities, and he is fully responsible for the results of its operation, whether the business is going to be a success or failure. He is the person who is fully responsible. And this sole proprietorship, it is the first stage in the evolution of the forms of organization, and it is also known as individual entrepreneurship. The individual may depend mostly on his own savings, or else he may borrow part or whole from his friends or relatives or financial institutions. So, a sole trader, he may have his own capital, own savings to start his business, or sometimes what he does, he borrows the money needed for his business from his friends or relatives or even from a financial institution. The business may be started either in a portion of the proprietor's own house or in a rented premises. So you might have seen nearby your house. Some people know they have small shops in their own house, in front portion of their house. And that may be either a grocery shop, small grocery shop, or a stationery shop, like that. Yes, so the proprietor, he uses his own house, a part of his own house, to start his business, or else he gets a place for rent to start his business. Next, there are no legal formalities to be gone through except those required for a particular type of business. So, mostly in a sole trader business, there is no legal formalities, no government rules and regulations to be followed. But there are some exceptions. For example, if one wants to start a restaurant, he has to obtain a license from the health department of the municipal corporation. Otherwise, there is no need of any legal formalities to be followed. Next, we'll see the definition of sole proprietorship. The definition given by J. L. Hansen and Wheeler. First, the definition given by J. L. Hansen. Sole proprietorship is a type of business unit where a person is solely responsible for providing the capital, for bearing the risk of the enterprise, and for the management of business. So he says that in a sole trading business, the person, individual, is fully responsible for the capital which is needed for running the business. And next, whatever loss or whatever risk in the business, it has to be faced by the person, and the management is also done by the same person. So in a sole proprietorship, it is the individual who is fully responsible for the business activities. Next, the definition given by Wheeler. Sole proprietorship is that form of business organization which is owned and controlled by a single individual. He receives all the profits and risks all of his property in the success and failure of the enterprise. So, same he has also said, that is sole proprietorship, it is a business organization which is owned by a single individual, which is controlled by an individual, and whatever profits he is getting out of his business, it is owned by that individual. And next thing, whatever risk, so whatever loss he gets out of his business, he has to face it from his personal property. So success and failure both goes to that individual. Next, we'll see what are the suitable field for sole proprietorship. Business of minimum capital, product of limited demand, perishable goods, professional and service oriented, product of changing demand, small and cottage industry, business of limited risk, mobile and temporary business. So these are some of the suitable fields for sole proprietorship, sole trader business. Characteristics of sole proprietorship: ownership by one man. Second, freedom of work and quick decisions. Third, unlimited liability. Fourth, enjoying entire profits. Fifth, absence of government regulation. Sixth, no separate entity. And last, maintenance of secrecy. The first characteristic feature is ownership by one man. This is owned by single person. The sole trader contributes the required capital. He is not only the owner of the business but also manager of the entire affairs. So as I have told you already, sole trading business, the capital which is required for the business is contributed by the individual person, and he is the owner as well as he is the manager of the business activities. The second feature is freedom of work and quick decisions. Since the individual is himself as a owner, he need not consult anybody else. Hence, he can take quick decisions. So here, the individual need not ask or consult anybody in taking decision, and this helps him to take quick decision. The third characteristic is unlimited liability. When his business assets are not sufficient to pay off the business debts, he has to pay from his personal property. So, as we have already seen, in a sole trading business, the capital is contributed by the single person. He can also borrow from his friends, relatives, or from a financial institution to run the business activities. So, in such case, if he has borrowed from the financial institution and if he is not able to pay the debts of from his business assets, he has to pay from his personal property, and that is called as unlimited liability. The fourth characteristic feature is enjoying entire profit. He strives tirelessly for the improvement and expansion of his business and enjoys all the benefits of his hard work. So he works hard for the development, for the improvement and the expansion of his business, and whatever benefits he gets out of his hard work, it is enjoyed by the single person. The next feature is absence of government regulation. A sole proprietor concern is free from government regulations. No legal formalities are to be observed in its formation, management, or in its closure. So, in a sole trading business, there is no government rules and regulations. No legal formalities are followed. The next feature is no separate entity. The sole trading concern comes to an end with death, disability, insanity, and insolvency of the individual. So, the sole trading business, when it comes to an end, with the death of the individual or the disability, any disability, and next insanity meaning madness, the individual, the proprietor becoming mentally ill, and next insolvency, that is the sole trader, he is in a condition in which he is not able to pay off his business debts. So in all these issues, the sole trading business comes to an end. The last feature is maintenance of secrecy. Since she manages all the affairs of the business, the secrecy can be maintained easily. Since he is fully responsible for his business, he maintains the secret for his successful business. The next topic we are going to see is advantages of sole proprietorship. Easy formation, incentive to work hard, small capital, credit standing, personal contact with the customers, flexibility. We'll see one by one. First advantage, easy formation. No legal formalities are required to initiate a sole trading concern. Any person capable of entering into a contract can start it, provided he has the necessary resources for it. So there is no legal formalities, no government regulation to start a sole trading business. So any person who has got the resources, who has got the capital required to start a business can start the sole trading business. The next advantage is incentive to work hard. There is a direct relationship between effort and reward. The fact that the entire profit can be taken by himself without sharing with anybody else induces him to work ceaselessly. So there is a direct relationship between effort and reward. That is, whatever hard work is put by the sole trader, for that he gets the reward, that is profit. And this profit he need not share with anybody else. Whatever profit he gets, he takes himself. So this gives him the motivation to work hard, to improve his business, to develop his business and get more and more profit. The next advantage is small capital. Small capital is an important as well as specific advantage of sole proprietorship. Sole proprietor can start business with small capital. So for a sole trading business, small capital is required. For example, we have seen the shop which is near to your house. He'll be in his own house and he will start a vegetable shop or a stationery shop in his own house. In a portion of his house, in the front portion of his house, he used to start the business. So it requires very less capital. Next, credit standing. Since his private properties are held liable for satisfying business debts, he can get more financial assistance from others. So, for a sole proprietor, if he needs money to run the business, he gets the help from the financial institutions. So, to pay off the business debts, he uses his personal properties. So because of this, he can get more and more financial help from others. So he can pay it from his personal property. The next, personal contact with the customers. Since sole proprietor knows each and every customer individually, he can supply goods according to their taste and preferences. Thus, he can cultivate personal relationship with the customers. So, a sole proprietor, he knows each and every customer and he also supply the goods according to the taste and preference of the customers. Since he knows what is their taste, what brand they prefer, what type of goods they buy, everything he knows. So he has a close contact, close relationship with the customers, and because of that he can develop his business also. Next, flexibility. The sole trader can easily adjust himself to the changing requirements of his business. So sole trader, he can adjust himself, he can change himself to the changing business environment. The disadvantages of a sole trader: limited capital, limited managerial skill, unlimited liability, lack of specialization, hasty decisions. We'll see one by one. The first disadvantage is limited capital. Since the capital is contributed by one individual only, business operations have necessarily to be on a limited scale. So, in a sole trading business, the capital is contributed by a single person. So, he has to limit or restrict his business activities within the amount contributed. Limited managerial skill. Single person's intelligence and experience may not help him beyond a certain stage. Since he has to focus on each and every activity, his managerial ability is bound to be limited. So he may not have all the managerial skills needed to run the business. He cannot look into each and every aspect of the business. A sole trader has limited managerial skills. Next, unlimited liability. The creditors have the right to recover their dues even from the personal property of the proprietor in case the business assets are not sufficient to pay their debts. So the sole proprietor, he borrows money from the financial institution to run his business. So if he is not able to pay the debts from his business assets, the creditors will recover the debts from the proprietor's personal property. The next disadvantage is lack of specialization. Since the business unit is small and the financial resources are limited, experts in different fields cannot be employed to secure maximum advantages. So you all know that the sole trading business, it is a small business unit, and the capital invested in a sole trading business is also less. So in such a case, a sole proprietor finds it difficult to employ experts in his business. He finds it difficult to pay for those experts. So this is one of the disadvantage. Next, hasty decisions. Sole proprietor is more likely to take hasty decisions as he need not consult anybody else. So in a sole proprietor business, he is the one and only person to take the decision. So there is a chance sometimes his decision going wrong. So these are the disadvantages of sole trader. Students, let us recall what we have learnt in this lesson. We have learnt about the forms of business organization. What is sole trading business? Next, what are the definitions of sole proprietorship? Next, what are the characteristics of sole trader? Advantage and disadvantage of sole trader. Thank you, students.